In order to avoid the dreaded freshman 15, I'm going to give you 5 weight loss tips that are simple and easy to implement. The first tip that I have for you is to get your steps in. So I recommend either wearing an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, or even just downloading an app on your phone and just tracking on a regular day how many steps you get in. So just count your steps for about a week, take the average, and then add about 2,000 to that. And in college, this should be pretty easy because you're walking between the buildings, you're walking to all your classes, so it should be relatively easy to get in an additional 2,000 steps. It could even just be a 10-minute walk in between work sessions or in between your classes. So just find a way to get an additional 2,000 steps. Once you've done that for a week, then I recommend evaluating, and if you want, you can add in an additional 1,000 or 2,000 steps and go from there. But ultimately, the goal is just to increase your non-activity exercise thermogenesis, or your NEAT, and all that means is that you're increasing the amount of calories that you burn while not doing any exercise. Also, if you have a car on campus, I really recommend that you only use it when you're going like off campus, somewhere far away, and to just try and walk as much as possible while on campus. The second tip that I have for you is to eat at the same time every day. So it could be really tempting when you're studying to just snack, and especially late at night if you are pulling an all-nighter, it is very easy to just grab a snack. And I really recommend that you eat at the same time every day and that you eat at the same place every day. Keep the snacks in the dorm kitchen outside of your actual room. I do not recommend keeping snacks in your actual room because it's so tempting to just go over and eat them. And that way you would naturally just be eating in the dorm kitchen anyway, and not in your room, because the more you eat in your room, the more you'll associate feelings of hunger and food cravings in your room. And so I recommend keeping all of your snacks, if you want to have a snack, at the same time every day in the dorm kitchen, and to not eat in your dorm room. And in general, for all your other meals, I also recommend just eating at the same time every day. It just makes life a lot simpler and it reduces cravings. The third tip that I have for you is when you go to the dining hall, try to fill half of your plate with protein. So this could be like chicken breast or steak, lean sources of protein, fish, not like chicken nuggets. I mean, granted, you can have chicken nuggets once in a while, but if you want to lose weight, then I highly recommend choosing lean sources of protein and filling half of your plate with that, and then the other half of your plate with like vegetables or some type of healthy side. Try to avoid like things with a lot of sauce on it, or darker cuts of meat, like fattier cuts of meat, like chicken thighs, or certain cuts of like beef. Really just go for the leanest meats you can find and try to avoid the sauces as much as you can as well. A lot of the dining hall food is probably cooked with oils, so if you can, I would recommend like cooking your own food. And I talk about this in another video, and I kind of show you guys like what I eat in a typical college day. A lot of it is just like frozen vegetable mixes and quick and ready to make, like ready-made rice and pre-grilled chicken, that kind of stuff. So it's pretty cheap, and it is not, you know, very hard to make. It's not a big time commitment. It probably takes just as much time as if I were to eat in the dining hall. And I'm able to actually weigh my portions and know exactly what I'm eating, whereas if I were to eat in the dining hall, I wouldn't be able to account for like oils and stuff like that. So if you can, cook your food, but if not, just make sure to fill half of your plate with protein, lean sources of protein, and half of your plate with some type of healthy side, preferably free from any oils or sauces. The fourth tip that I have for you is to use your Google Calendar or any type of calendar system and to block out specific times where you're going to go to the gym. I would just make this a reoccurring event and just see where it could fit in with your class schedule. So if you can work out only 3 times a week, then that's better than nothing. So don't feel like you have to do 7 days a week working out, because that is not realistic, and just make sure that it's something that you can genuinely commit to. So if you can only do 3 days for an hour, that's fine. Just program it into your Google Calendar and make it a reoccurring event. And if that goes well, then you can always program for 5 days a week if it fits your schedule. But yeah, just start with a light commitment and don't, commit to something that's going to be hard to stick to. You want to make it easy at first and make it fit your lifestyle. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to stick to it long term. And the only way you're going to get results is if you are consistent. Which brings me into my 5th tip, and that is to be patient. Don't expect results right away, and fitness is a process, and it's about longevity and health, as well as, the obvious physique component of it. But ultimately what I've learned is that fitness is a lifestyle, and it should not be something that is a quick fix. If you are trying to pursue fitness as a quick fix, it will probably backfire. So just work on small little changes over time, and over time these small changes and small habits will compound, and you'll be able to see greater changes long term than if you were to go all in and make unsustainable changes, and that usually will never work long term. So if you want sustainable long-term change, you need to be patient and make small changes over time. So I hope these tips have helped you. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave comments below. If you're interested in learning more about weight loss, and specifically weight loss in college, then I will link some playlists up here. And be sure to like and subscribe for more videos like this one, and I will see you in the next video.